Hello, I'm Asif Farouk of Finextra and we're here at Cybos 2014 in Boston, and today I'm with Graham Ray of Deutsche Bank. So Graham, thanks for joining me today. So T2S is almost here. How are businesses looking at model change?
Okay, excellent. Yeah, T2S is almost here. First wave is next year, 2015. From a business perspective, people have really now digested the dynamics of decoupling settlement from asset servicing and are looking at what, from a business aspect, they need to do structuring around their accounts to really get the efficiencies of T2S. Not just maximising the cost efficiencies that come, but also the opportunities that may be by decoupling and focusing into asset service only model and getting the value add from that construct, or maybe looking at partnerships where we see the investor CSD, the agent bank coming together, really to get across the three main drivers of T2S. Yes, the cheaper efficiency of settlement, but also the ability to look for single access into the T2S space, to look at mobility and liquidity, and then really the distribution of that. So the underlying values of Target 2 securities and not just the settlement aspect. So businesses are very much looking to change some of the models that they will have in a post-T2S landscape.
All right, so with T2S coming up next year, what's your roadmap to facilitate that?
Okay, so at Deutsche Bank we've been working on T2S for a number of years. We're really into the execution and delivery element of it. We are going to become a directly connected participant. So from a project perspective and a product perspective, that aspect starts next year from delivery, because we go into testing. You can really categorise the development and the project come product roadmap into a couple of key elements. One is that connectivity, one is that account structure around the decoupling of settlement and asset servicing, one is around the liquidity from a cash aspect, and one is then around the collateral. So we're looking in the execution and delivery across them four work streams to really deliver the components that are required to facilitate the varying different business models that I talked about earlier, whether that be the account operator, whether that be the asset servicing only, or whether that be the partnerships of agent banks and investor CSDs. So really into execution and delivery, and a very strong team at the moment that are delivering many of those key components across the project.
All right. What are some of the challenges then you're seeing?
We are so close to actually the market infrastructure and T2S being delivered. We have so many actors in the market that still need to be engaged into the process. So probably one of the biggest challenges we have a focus on or a concern, but to help our clients, is to really look at the testing. The testing windows are very, very short within Target 2 securities, although the market testing of CSDs and the overall T2S infrastructure has started for wave one. The actual bringing in the parties who will be directly connected, plus the ultimate end clients, is very much a short window, and that is where we have the concern about looking at a front-to-back test case and ensuring it will go efficiently. So we're very much helping our clients prepare them now for when T2S arrives and allowing them to facilitate their strategies, but also to get themselves ready so they can become part of that testing as we move into the pre-wave one next year.
And lastly, what about outside of Europe? What are you seeing there?
So I think you're seeing some common elements that we see through T2S. So we see obviously with Target 2 securities the driver around cost efficiencies, safer markets or harmonised markets, obviously supplemented by the regulations. You're probably seeing that with some of the initiatives in Asia, like the ASEAN initiative, where really I think you're seeing drivers of consolidation into single accesses. Yes, either from a trading aspect, multi-platforms that come into a consolidated CCP or CSD infrastructure, but really across all the drivers around safety, cost efficiencies, but then centralising that access so that you can get onto single platforms or single securities depositories, multi-class assets or multi-country assets.
All right, well, thank you.